Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone, student myself Rahul Mishra and I am your reasoning educator. Today in this video I am going to discuss the most important tips for IBPS PO reasoning preparation for 2020 examinations. Okay, so this video will be very important for all those aspirant, those who are preparing for IBPS PO as well as the RRB PO or SBI PO. So do see it completely and do tell us in comment section which part of the video you like the most. Okay, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. So let's start the video. So first we will talk about the tips on coded mathematical inequalities, okay, for IBPS PO reasoning. So you can expect the question 5 to 10 in your examination. 5 can be in pre and in mains it can be 10. Okay, in mains the question will be asked from coded inequalities. Okay, there are maximum chances that coded inequalities can be asked instead of normal inequality. Okay, normal inequality is always asked in pre-examination and the weightage is 5 to 3 marks. Okay, and we will talk about its difficulty level. It is very scoring topic. Okay, easy if the step followed properly. Okay, moderately time consuming. Well, it may be time consuming in mains examination, but in pre-examination it is not that much consume time. Okay, and high accuracy is possible if you practice many question based on it. Okay, in mathematical inequality, know that each symbol means. Yes, you should know the meaning of the symbols which is stated in your question. Okay, and that symbolized question of coded inequality you have to solve by using the box method. Okay, you will ask me, sir, what is this box method? All these things I have already explained in our entry app, okay, where I have taken the 5 lessons on inequalities. So do watch it. After that you will not get any question wrong in your examination and your accuracy will be improved and you will save a lot of time when you know this method. Okay, so it is very important to know the symbol meanings. So first you have to read the instructions and then you have to start solving the question based on the code provided in the question. Okay, now focus on details because you can lose mark otherwise. Yes, you have to be focused while solving the question. So this is about the coded and mathematical inequality. See, if you don't know what is coded and mathematical inequality, the question generally asked in this type is A greater than B, B less than equal to D, D equal to E, E greater than equal to F, and so on. So these are the types of question which comes in coded inequality, or you can say mathematical inequality. But this is the case of normal inequality. In coded inequality, this symbol will be converted into hash, this will be dollar, and this can be the star, and this can be the percentage. So the symbol can be changed accordingly. It will given to you in the question. Okay, I am just giving you an example. So if it is given like this, then this is known as coded inequality, and generally it is expected in mains examinations. Now I hope everything is clear about mathematical inequalities or coded inequalities. Okay, now we will talk about the topic, that is coding decoding. Okay, weightage generally is 5 questions in your pre-examinations. Okay, in mains examination also you can expect 5 questions, and difficulty level can be moderate in difficulty, moderate to highly time consuming, and moderate accuracy is possible while solving the question on coding and decoding. So what is coding and decoding? Suppose a word is given to you, that is pen. Okay, and this readable word can be converted into unreadable format, such as this pen can be converted into symbols by using some sequence. Okay, letter again, and numbers. Okay, and numbers. So you have to analyze which pattern is being followed, whether pen is converted into symbols or letter or number. So you have to analyze the sequence and pattern. Okay, generally coding and decoding means conversion of readable word into unreadable format. Okay, so you have to find out that format. This is known as coding and decoding. Now pay attention to the numbers and alphabet given in the code. Yes, you have to be very cautious while seeing the code. Okay, so you have to identify the pattern, how the number has been formed, how the alphabet has been formed. For example, pen is written over there. Okay, I can write pen like this: 16, 05 and 14. So this pen is converted into this number. So what is the pattern is followed here? I have written the place value of every alphabet. So this is coding and decoding. Okay, and let's take in another example. If this pen is converted into Q, F and O, so what is the pattern again? The alphabet is changed to the next alphabet. So these two are the example of coding and decoding, where I have converted pen into numbers and pen into alphabet. And in case of symbols, you should know 2 and 3 words. Okay, by relation of that 2 and 3 words, you can find out the symbols. Okay, now next, check the whether the sequence in the questions are in ascending or descending order. Yes, what do you mean by this? Suppose pen is there. Okay, 14, 05 and 16. What I did over here, I have reversed the place value. Okay, and this pen number coding can be done as 05, 14 and 16. So what is done over here? Place value are arranged in ascending order. Similarly, place value will be arranged in descending order. So all these are the pattern. Okay, now last, look for the rules of pattern that the question might follow. Yes, you have to very cautious while solving or while identifying the pattern. You have to check each and every word carefully, because each and every word will follow the same pattern. Okay, so this is coding and decoding, and now we will talk about the most important chapter, that is syllogism. Okay, it is very important for your pre as well as the mains examination, and the weightage we can expect from this chapter is of 5 questions. And if we talk about the difficulty level, the questions can be of easy to moderate in difficulty. Okay, it will be less time consuming. If you know the concept, it will not consume much time while solving the question. Okay, and moderate accuracy is expected while solving the question, or you can expect 100% accuracy if your concept is strong. Okay, and very likely to appear. Yes, maximum time generally syllogism questions comes in your pre as well as the mains examination. Okay, so what is syllogism? Few statements will be given to you. Okay, like this: all A are B, some B are C, no C is D. So what you have to do? You have to draw the Venn diagram on the basis of these statements, and you need to tell which conclusion followed. 2 or more than 2 conclusion will be given to you. You have to tell by drawing the Venn diagram from this statement which conclusion is getting followed and which is not. So this is known as syllogism. Generally in pre-examination, if we see recent year memory based paper, the question of syllogism from type only or only a few is highly expected, because as you go through the memory based paper from past 2 to 3 years, only these type of questions comes in your examination. Suppose 5 questions are there, so among 5 questions, 3 questions confirmed from this type. So you should know each and every concept of syllogism, including only and only a few type. Okay, so this will help you to score 100% mark with 100% accuracy if you know the concept thoroughly. Okay, so it is about the pre only. Okay, now we will talk about the mains. In mains examination, generally the type is changed. Okay, the question will be not in this direct format. The question can be of coded syllogism, okay, reverse syllogism, six statement based syllogism. Okay, so these type of question we can expect in mains examination, because they have already appeared in the recent mains, okay, of IBPS PO, RRB PO and SBI PO as well. So in mains examination we can expect this. So what is reverse syllogism? Generally, while solving the question of syllogism, you will find on the base of the statement you have to find out which conclusion followed and which one does not follow. But in the case of reverse syllogism, on the basis of conclusion, you need to tell which statement is followed this conclusion. Okay, so this is a basic difference. Conclusion will be given to you and you need to identify which statement is correct according to that conclusion. Okay, so it will get reversed. Okay, in coded syllogism, this all, some and no will be converted into symbol. For example, it will be there A hash B. So instructions will be given to you, all A are B. So hash means all. Okay, $A means some A are B. So dollar means some. So this is known as coded syllogism, where all some no and some not converted into symbols. Means elements of syllogism will be converted into symbols. And 6 statement based syllogism. What do you mean by this? 6 statement will be given to you and a relationship in the options is given to you between that statements. Okay, so you need to tell which relationship is followed by using the option, okay, by solving the statement. Okay, so this is known as 6 statement based syllogism. So from this section, mostly direct question with 2 and 3 statement and 2 and 3 conclusion, possibility based question, negative information based question are asked. Yes, the conclusion can be direct, or you can say definite syllogism conclusion, or the conclusion can be on possibility based. Okay, and negative information based means no A is B, some A are not B. This is known as negative information. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now we will move to next. Now we will talk about the sitting arrangement, including circular and linear. The question which we can expect is from 10 to 15. Okay, 10 in pre you can expect, mains it can be 10 to 15. Okay, so this is very important chapter if we talk about banking reasoning. Okay, for pre and mains examination as well. So difficulty level can be moderate to difficult. Yes, in mains examination it will be difficult. In pre examination it will be easy to moderate. Okay, it could be tricky, yes, and it can be moderate to highly time consuming. See, if the questions from sitting arrangement comes difficult in your exam, I am talking about mains, so it will be very highly time consuming. Okay, so my suggestion would be in this is just to leave this, do not solve it on the one go. Solve these questions after solving all those questions which you know how to solve. Okay, at the end you have to switch on sitting arrangement, not on the first go, because if you start solving the question on sitting arrangement, it will consume a lot of time and you will not be able to solve it, and your all the time will be wasted in examination. The question which can be solved you will not be able to solve. That is why they need to be attempted after attempting the easy question or moderate question. Okay, now moderate to high accuracy is possible. Yes, if your question is correct, 100% mark you will score. If any one information you skipped, then there are chances then in the 5 questions there can be 2 and 3 questions can be correct. There are chances. Okay, requires clean charting with proper technique and step-by-step solving. Yes, your diagram should be neat and clean, and you should know the technique of solving each and every type of sitting arrangement question. You should know how to convert the statements into symbols. Okay, so after converting the statement into symbols, you will save a lot of time and you will not read the statement again and again. You have to just see those symbols and start putting the information by connecting different hints given to you. Okay, so this is known as proper technique. All these things I have already explained in my puzzle and sitting arrangement video on Entry app, so do check it out. Okay, in circular, do questions of uni and bidirectional problems on circular, square, rectangular, hexagonal table. So what is uni and bidirectional? Suppose a circular sitting arrangement question is given to you. 8 persons are sitting on that circle and each person is facing the center. So uni means single direction. Okay, so every person is facing the center, so this is unidirectional. and in the another case every person can be facing outside. So all person are facing the center, it means it is unidirectional. If all person are facing outside, it is also unidirectional, means all persons should face same side. What is bidirectional? Bidirectional means some person can face inside, okay, and some person can face outside. So two type of directions can be given to you in examination, okay. So you have to practice both types of questions, okay. And the concept of solving the sitting arrangement in circular is same as of square, rectangular and hexagonal table. So concept is same. In linear, do questions of single or double rows facing each other away from each other in the same direction, okay. So what type of question generally comes in linear sitting arrangement is from single row or double row. In single row, let's take an example. A row will be given to you in your question and it will state that there are 6 persons sitting or 8 persons sitting or 7 persons sitting, depends upon the question. So let's take 6 persons sitting. So what we have to do, we have to plot the seats according to the persons given. So 6 persons are sitting and all these persons are facing north, okay. So this is the same direction row facing, okay, or it can be all persons are facing south. So this is also same direction single row question, okay. But in double, 2 rows will be given to you, okay, and total number of person can be 12 or 14 or 16, it depends, okay. We are taking the example of 12. So in each row 6 person will be sitting, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. This is known as double row arrangement, okay, and they will face each other. So what do you mean by facing? So first row will be south facing and second row can be north facing, okay. So whenever person face north and south, it means known as they are facing each other. So in this way you have to solve the question of double and single row sitting arrangement. Now in single row, one most important question generally asked in examination, that suppose there are 6 person again, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and you don't know how many person is facing north and how many person are facing south. So this is highly expected. This type of question generally comes in examination. So this is known as bidirectional, I already explained, okay. Now next, because there are no tricks, yes, there is no tricks and shortcut for this type of questions, you need to practice a lot. Yes, practice is the key to success. You need to practice each and every type of questions of sitting arrangement which generally comes in exam, okay. So after doing practice, you will be able to solve this question very quickly. Now next, developing a good grasp of concept is what you can do to ace this topic. Yes, after practicing a lot, you will develop a good grasp on your concept and you can solve all these questions very quickly in your examinations. Okay, now we will talk about order and ranking, okay. Generally, order and ranking question is highly expected in pre-examination. As you all go through the memory based paper, you will see that the questions from this chapter comes only in pre, okay, generally. But I am not telling that it cannot appear in mains examination, okay. It may come, but generally we have seen it comes only in pre, okay, and the weightage can be from questions 3 to 5. Now if we talk about the difficulty level, it is easy to moderate in difficulty and less time consuming, and high accuracy is possible while solving the question. See, accuracy can only come if you practice each and every chapter thoroughly and you apply each and every concept again and again, okay, then only you can expect high accuracy. Now in order and ranking arrangement, questions position or rank of a person from left, right or top, bottom of a row or class is to be determined, or rank or position is given and the total number of person is to be calculated. Yes, generally the type of questions comes in order and ranking is from this type only, okay. So the question can be, let's take an example, a row will be given to you, okay. Suppose a person A, his rank will be given to you from left is 15 and the same person rank will be given to you from right is 20, and you need to find how many person are sitting in this row, okay. So this side is left and this side is right. So from left, the rank of A is given is 15, okay, and from right the same person rank is given to you, that is 20. So if I need to find the total, The formula is left plus right minus 1. See, if we apply this formula, we can find our answer. Okay, so this formula can give us 3 questions concept. Okay, first question is you can find the total. Second question is if the total is given, right side is given, you can find the left hand side. And the third question is if the total is given, left side is given, you can easily find the right hand side. So this is one very basic concept of order ranking, but there are a lot more than that, and all these concepts I have already explained in our banking foundation course. By seeing that course, all the types of questions from the chapter order and ranking will be covered, and the type which is generally expected in pre is of puzzle format. Okay, so puzzle format comes in PO pre as well and clerk pre as well. So puzzle format in order ranking is expected of 3 marks. So this is also very important. Okay, all these things I have already covered, so do check it out. Now next topic is blood relation. Okay, blood relation, as you all know, we need to find the relationship on the basis of the family tree. Okay, on the basis of instructions given, and we will apply those instructions in family tree so we can derive the relationship. Okay, in blood relation we consider male from plus sign and we consider female from minus sign. Okay, if any individual carry plus sign on above of its name, then that person will be male. If any individual carry negative sign, then that person will be female. So all these things are the basic concepts. I have taken the blood relation video in our entry YouTube channel, where I have explained all the detailed concept which is used while solving the puzzle type of blood relations questions. Okay, so do check it out. And you can expect 3 to 5 questions in your pre-examinations, okay, as well as the mains examinations. In mains examination, you can expect the question from coded blood relation. Okay, in coded blood relation, the relationship will be converted into codes or symbols. Okay, so that is highly expected in mains. Now if we talk about the difficulty level, it is moderate in difficulty. Okay, low to moderately time consuming. Yes, it can consume some moderate time in solving the coded blood relation question. Otherwise, in the puzzle type of blood relation question, where you need to draw just a family tree, it can be solved within specified time limit. Okay, and I have taken the puzzle type. Okay, so you can check out that video also. Moderate to high accuracy is possible. Yes, you can expect full marks if you have solved the family tree with each and every information given to you in the puzzle very carefully. Okay, now requires clean charting with proper technique and step-by-step solving. Okay, proper technique and step-by-step solving I have explained in my video, so do check it out. Questions related to blood relations are very easy if you pay attention to the details. Okay, it is not only for blood relation, but also it is required for entire reasoning. You have to be very attentive while solving the question, because if you miss any single particular point, then your time will be consumed and you will not be able to reach your desired answer. That is why it is very much important. Okay, hence all you need is properly analyzing the given information. Yes, you have to properly analyze the given information. This is very much important. Okay, now next. Now we will talk about direction and distance. Okay, what do you mean by direction and distance? A puzzle or a paragraph will be given to you. On the basis of that paragraph, you need to tell which point is toward which direction of another point. Okay, this is known as direction distance, and where you need to find out the distance between the 2 points. So these are the type of question generally comes from direction distance in pre-examination. Okay, in mains examination, the questions which is expected from direction distance is coded direction. Okay, where directions will be converted into symbols. On the basis of that symbols, you need to draw the direction chart and find the answers. Okay, now weightage, you can expect 2 to 3 questions in pre, and in mains it can be 5 questions. Okay, now difficulty level, easy but could be tricky. Yes, if you don't know how to read the information carefully, and if you don't know which direction is toward the another direction, so this can be tricky for you. It is very much less time consuming. Yes, you can draw the diagram within 1 minute if you know the technique of solving these questions. Okay, high accuracy is possible. Yes, if your diagram is correct, your answer will be also correct. Okay, requires clean charting with proper technique and step by step solving. Yes, so diagram must be clean and you should know the left and right of every direction as well. So all these things is very much important, and I have taken one video on direction and distance. Okay, so do check it out. It is available free on our YouTube channel. Okay, so by seeing that video you will be able to know how to solve these type of questions in pre-examinations as well as in mains examination. Okay, now these type of questions are less time consuming, but there is a possibility of high accuracy. Yes, before solving, consider all 8 direction because this will be helpful in solving easily. Yes, so before solving the question, what you have to do, you have to draw this directional post chart. Okay, this is north, south, east, west. This is southwest, southeast, northeast and northwest. So this is 8 directions. Okay, so before solving it you need to draw. So after drawing it you will not get confused and your answer will be correct. Assume you are facing north, since this will simplify the sum for you. Yes, if you get confused while taking the left and right, assume yourself you are facing north. If you are facing north, your right will be this and left will be this. Similarly, in the case of east, assume yourself you are facing east direction, so your left and right will also change. This side will be left and this side will be right, and so on. Okay, so by using this technique you can find out left and right very easily of every direction. Or you can also remember that clockwise of every direction is right and anti-clockwise of every direction is left. These are the concept. All these things I have already explained, so do check it out, that video. Okay, in rotation based question, rotate the person in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction relative to the direction they are facing last according to the question. Okay, so these are the type from rotation based question. Okay, and you need to know which direction is anti-clockwise and which direction is clockwise. Okay, so this is about the direction and distance. Now we will talk about the tips for arrangement and pattern, double lineup, scheduling and series. So these all are the types of puzzles. Okay, on the types of puzzles I have already taken few videos on our Entry YouTube channel, so do check it out. By seeing that video you will be able to know how to solve those kind of questions very quickly in examinations, how to line up the hints given to you and how to jot it out all the scattered hint in a single table. All these things I have explained, so do check it out. Okay, and we can expect the weightage is 10 questions in your pre-examinations. Okay, in main examination it can be reached to 15 as well. Okay, and difficulty level is moderate to difficult. Yes, difficult puzzle you can expect in your mains examination. It could be tricky, moderate to highly time consuming. Moderate accuracy is possible and requires clean charting with proper technique and step by step solving. Yes, it could be tricky in your pre as well as mains examination. It can be highly time consuming in mains. Okay, so my suggestion is do not try it on the first while solving your mains or pre-examination. Okay, first try to cover up all the moderate and easy question, then after that you have to reach to this topic. Okay, and accuracy is high also possible, because if your chart is correct you can score full mark, and your chart should be clean and you should know the step by step method of solving the puzzle. All these things I have explained in my video based on the puzzles, and it is available on our YouTube channel, so do check it out. Okay, practice them as much as you can. Yes, practice is the key to success, so you have to practice as much as puzzle is possible. Okay, now they can be quite time consuming sometimes, therefore have a proper time management strategy. Yes, if the puzzle is moderate to difficult, it can be more time consuming as we compare to easy puzzle, so you have to be very cautious while solving or while selecting the type of puzzle you want to solve in your examination. Okay, practice clean charting and step by step methodology for all these questions, and these things I have already explained in my video, so do check it out. Additionally, do the questions you are familiar with the first, because your time will be saved. Yes, in examination there can be some new type of puzzle. Okay, so do not try to solve it first. Okay, first you have to attempt those questions which you have already practiced so many times while solving the mocks and while doing your practice work. Okay, so it is very important. You should know which puzzle you have to attempt and which puzzle you have to skip. All these things will help you in your examinations. Now next topic is classification. Okay, in classification you can expect generally 0 to 3 questions in your pre-examinations. Okay, so this chapter comes in pre-examination, and if we talk about difficulty level, it can be easy to moderate. The question can be solved very quickly, and it is highly accurate if you know the concept of solving these kind of questions. These questions are basically odd man out. Okay, what is this? Suppose 4 options or 5 options will be given to you, okay, in your exam. So any of these 4 options will follow the same pattern and one option will not follow. So that option is known as odd one out. Okay, suppose these 4 options are following the same pattern and this is not. So this option is known as odd man out or odd one out. Okay, generally on the classification, the questions from the chapter coding and decoding is taken. Okay, coding and decoding is taken. So this is very much important. You should know this also. Now ensure your vocabulary is good enough because you will have to differentiate between the given concept. Okay, so the question will be given to you. For example, suppose a word will be given to you like system. Okay, and in question it will be given that you have to pick second, fourth, fifth and sixth alphabet. Okay, you have to pick second, fourth, fifth, sixth alphabet, and you have to arrange these alphabet so that a meaningful word can be formed. Okay, these type of questions generally comes in pre-examination. So for that you should know the vocabulary, because there is no trick. If your vocabulary is good, you will be able to tell how many meaningful word can be formed by using these word. Okay, so this is the example. If your vocabulary is not good enough, so you will lose mark. So my suggestion is, if you know the answer is correct, then you have to mark it. Otherwise do not take risk, because negative marking is also there. Okay, now pay attention to the words. Yes, you have to be thorough while solving these kind of questions. Now I would like to share a few general tips for IBPS PO reasoning preparation. Okay, so the first is practice daily by taking mock test for complete preparations. Okay, the more you solve, the more you become efficient. Yes, after completing your syllabus of reasoning, you have to give mock tests. After giving the mock test, you will be able to know which section is weaker and which section is stronger, so that you can work accordingly. And you can give the mock test of our entry, because entry is providing the mock test which is similar to exam level. Okay, so the question which is included in entry mock test are same as of your exam level, so you can practice it and you will be able to know which section is weaker and which section is stronger, so you can work accordingly. Okay, now attempt as many full subject mock tests as possible. Entry is also providing you the full subject mock test, so do check it out. Okay, also go through the previous year's paper for sure to get an idea of the question asked and exam pattern. Yes, it is very much important to go through the previous year's paper, or you can say memory based paper. All the types of previous years and memory based paper we have discussed in our entry app, so do check it out before examination, because it will help you a lot when you will appear for your exam. Okay, whenever you attempt any mock test, try to attempt it with exam time limit to enhance your management skill. Yes, it is very much important. You have to attempt each and every question by setting the stopwatch, so that you will be able to solve each and every type of question in your specified time limit. Okay, so that is very much important, because time and speed is the key to crack banking examination, especially if we talk about the pre. Okay, so both things are very much important, and setting the stopwatch will help you a lot. Okay, I hope it is clear. So thank you very much student. To download our entry app, the link is given in the description box. When you download it, it will ask you the login detail. When you fill the login detail, you will get the interface like this. On our entry app, you will not only get the reasoning section quizzes, but also different subject quizzes which are relevant for your exam, such as quantitative aptitude, English, and general awareness. All these quizzes are being updated regularly. If you want to practice, what you have to do, you have to go in the practice section where you will get interface like this. Okay, you can click on the exam which you are preparing. After clicking on this, you will get your free mock test. Okay, so let's suppose you have clicked on SBI Clerk 2020. Okay, after clicking it, you will see the interface like this. Our app will ask you, are you preparing for SBI Clerk 2020? Then simply click on yes. Okay, then you will see the number of courses related to SBI Clerk 2020. You can attempt any of these course related to SBI Clerk 2020. Okay, let us suppose you have clicked on model exam. If you clicked on model exam, you will see the window like this or interface like this. Okay, in model exam section, you will see the number of mocks. Okay, you can attempt any of this mock because it is available free on our app. Okay, let's suppose you clicked on mock 18. Okay, after clicking it, you will get interface like this where it will show you the number of questions in that mock and total time allotted to it and the total number of marks. Okay, after attempting it, you will see the interface like this where you can see the number of questions correct by you and the wrong done by you and total number of question which is unanswered. Okay, after this you will see this analytic window. Okay, this is very important because by seeing this only you will be able to analyze your weak areas and work on it. Okay student, if you like my tricks given in this video, you can purchase our premium classes which is available only on the Entry app, where I have taken various chapters like inequalities, puzzles and so on. By purchasing our premium classes, you will not be able to improve your weak areas, but also your marks in examination will also gets improved. And student, you are getting another benefit also by downloading our app, that is you can attempt free daily quizzes and you can attempt live IBPS RRB rank booster quizzes as well. And daily live quiz is available at 10 a.m. on our app, and you will get daily 15 questions and time will be allotted to you, that is 15 minutes. So must download our app to boost your scores. Okay student, if you are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe it. Okay, if you like our video, just give a thumbs up. Do not forget to comment and do share our video to your friends and other those who are preparing so that they can also avail the benefit provided by the Entry. Okay, see you in the next video student. Till then, take care. Bye bye.